This is for Arabs and Eastern cultures only. If you don't come from a background that is still stuck in the 1800s, scroll. Virginity checking is fake. 50% of women don't bleed on their first time. 50%. Doctors can't tell if that was your first time or it wasn't. They're just making shit up because the culture needs them to enable that. And women know, like grown up women, like the mother and the aunts and whoever, they know half of the women don't bleed on their first time. But they enable that anyways to protect the fragile male ego. Like every man I talk to, they're like kind of surprised, like, oh, like, you know, Arabs, of course, they're just the dumbasses. They're like, oh, women don't, like 50% don't? I didn't know that, like, let me ask. And they go and they like ask some, I don't know who, and then they find out, and I was like, well, I didn't know that. But like you ask women, like grown women, they all know. They know, but they enable that because they need to control women, they need to control their daughters because they're scared. The husband would go like full brain cell to the doctor saying like, oh, she didn't bleed on her first time, you know, yesterday. So could you check if she was a virgin before I slept with her yesterday? How do you imagine that could possibly, what the they would convince themselves it's possible. Don't get me started with the whole like put red food coloring or like fake blood or like rebuild a skin for the hymen so she would actually have a little bit bleeding on her first time. Like the whole thing is fake and the culture is just going with it because they're scared of women. I asked a gynecologist and they said, yeah, that shit is completely made up. We don't know. We just make shit up. One of them is actually my friend and he was like, yeah, we totally can't. We don't know anything. There's no training. There's nothing. It's 100% just a concept of the culture. One of my friends who lived in Saudi, he had groups of friends with girls who regularly know like it's super normal to like just go and get their like hymen just rebuilt after. Normal girls live normal life, you know, and then they just, when it's time they want to get married, they just get the surgery done. Some don't even do that. They just get like fake blood. I don't think it's good for the doctors to pretend that they know and they can tell. That's toxic because it's enabling the culture of, oh, but women, we can tell if she was a virgin. Men, we can't, so it's okay. We can never know, so it's okay if they're free. But women, we can tell, so she has to be tied up, she has to be stuck at home, she has to be watched because the whole honor of the family is on her. If doctors are openly talking and saying like, dude, I can't tell, we can't tell, this shit is made up, then this whole concept of watching women and controlling women and doing all these stuff will stop because now the whole gig is up. Doctors can't tell, and doctors are not lying that they can't tell anymore. So just get over it, get over your fragile ego, work on yourself, and let women be normal people. That will definitely help the East to evolve with the rest of the world. Your family's honor is not between your daughter's legs, it's not between your sisters. Honor is how trustworthy you are as a person, how clean your mind is. Not something you can stick on somebody else, on your daughter, on your sister, on some woman. It's you. You clean your mind. You become a person who is trustworthy. It's not about clothes or sex. It's bigger than that. It's a person that does good by others. You can count on. That's honor.